How's it going, guys? Dynamite here, coming to you as always from the Digital Warfare 24/7 forums, and today I'm going to be coming to you guys with a gameplay of Blitz on Containment from my buddy Sybaen. He was nice enough to send this my way from the PlayStation, where they recently got the Onslaught DLC, Containment of course being one of the 4 maps that dropped in the Onslaught DLC. Now, this is probably my least favorite map in this particular DLC. It's not one of my favorites. The routes are going to be a little narrow and cluttered for my liking, so I've always had a little difficulty on it. And then also, since this is Blitz is a game mode that I've always had a hard time getting my mind around. So between those two things, between the map and the game mode, I'm really hoping I can learn something from this gameplay going forward. As we see him putting in that early cap right there to tie it up and give his team a 1-1 tie at the start of this match. Now let's talk a little bit about his class here as we see him respawning. You'll notice that he is using a all MLG legal class. It is going to be the MTAR with grip and muzzle brake. Not a whole lot to comment on there. That is going to be extremely standard as we see him picking up a kill and moving all the way around to the right to where this breach spot is. This is a really great move to get around the outside of their perimeter defenses right off the start. You'll notice he's not on the side of the map what their goal is. He's going to be moving all the way around the outside. I do like this play. His perks are going to be consisting first and foremost of the base layer of Ready Up, Focus, and Dead Silence, which is of course essential to any kind of class that you're going to want to be competitive. He's backing that up with Lightweight, Quick Draw, and the Resilience, the no fall damage perk. As you see him waiting for his teammate to get in there and watching his back as he jumps in for another cap to give his team the 4-3 advantage. Now, let's talk a little bit about Quick Draw. That is an interesting choice for it being on an SMG and not on an assault rifle. You are going to see that this is going to factor in very prominently to Sybaen's playstyle. He depends a lot on ADS, on accurately aimed ADS fire, so he's going to be in his irons a lot of the time. Now, right here, I like this play a lot. He's moving in on the right side. He's doubling back for people that are coming down that staircase there. That is going to be an area with a lot of traffic, and it's not going to be an area that you want to head up because enemies are going to have head glitches from up there. And look at how he doubles around back through the area that he breached. Once again, able to pick up a couple kills there, and he's going to be down to 5 bullets now. So he's actually going to double back around and loop back through this little tower area. He knows he's going to need ammunition, so that's why he's not shooting right now. He's going to wait. He's going to pick up those ammunition bags from Scavenger that he earned with his specialist, and then he's going to shoot that guy in the back. Really nice use of accuracy there with only 5 bullets in his chamber to be able to take that guy down. Looks like he's going to be settling things down a little bit more here, so let's talk about his class somewhat more. He is, as I said, using the Specialist Strike package, which is going to consist of Scavenger, Sit Rep, and Blast Shield. Sit Rep and Blast Shield, in my opinion, are a little bit redundant, as you see him slide in there. A little bit short on the slide, but he is able to pick it up. Blast Shield and Sit Rep, I think, are a little redundant because if someone is running IEDs, and I'm assuming that's his primary concern in running this, usually one or the other is going to be sufficient, as he doubles back here and is able to take that guy off as he was approaching his goal. So I appreciate the specialist bonus that he is running here, as he actually earns said specialist bonus. Let's talk a little bit in general about how he is playing this. Now, he is playing this without a party. He is playing solo, and when you're playing Blitz solo, you can't really plan to defend your flag. Really, the only thing you can do is you can sit outside the enemy spawn and slay them until you find a weakness or an opening, and then you exploit that opening and you aggressively push in and try to get the cap. The only way you're going to be able to win when you're playing solo, and that's also a general guideline for when you're playing with teams too, but when you have a party, you can actually actively engage a sort of defensive plan, as well as having people go up forward, having runners go up towards the goal. You're going to see him get knifed right there, and that is one of the first downsides of this gameplay that I'm going to talk about. I do see Sybaen very often, or Sybaen rather, he is going to be depending on that aimed fire a lot. He is going to be ADSing almost all the time. He is going to be doing that with Quick Draw, and right there you see him get knifed earlier. He really needed to go to hip fire there, and right here there's going to be another instance of that. You can see him going to ADS, and he's not able to strafe that guy sitting in the corner. This is something that I'd like to see him sort of diversify his playstyle a little bit, sort of fall back on that hip fire when he's in a situation where he can't accurately aim in time to adjust to where a player is or something like that, and also to go for his knife, which is something that we're going to see a little bit later. So far we've seen him showing that he can keep slaying the enemies off their spawn, which is a really good sign. He's going to push in here at the end of this half and try to get this capture. A little bit aggressive and firing that unsilenced weapon from the right and rushing to the right all the time is going to tip people off to where he is going, and he is going to be able to get picked up. Still, his team is going to enter the second half with a 7-4 advantage, which is going to put him in pretty good shape here as he comes around and once again is able to get a quick early cap now that the sides have switched. He is going to be utilizing the same side of the map that he was last time. I do think that this is the side that offers more opportunities on this map. In this second half, too, we're going to see some very interesting lines of sight from Sybaen that are just really going to be impressive. You're going to see him moving around the outside here. Again, he's trying to slay them off of their spawn, and then when he sees that opening, he's going to push in and he's going to go for that cap. That is how you're going to want to play this game mode, especially when you're playing solo. You're not going to want to worry about sitting back, because as a single player sitting back, you can't coordinate your defense and you're not going to be able to watch the lanes all at once. So the absolute best thing you can try to do is try to kill them off spawn and exploit weaknesses when you find them. Now right here you're going to see again how he's aiming into every single kill. He's not really hip firing at all, even when he's in close enough range situations. One suggestion that I have for him, he might want to try trading out quick draw, maybe for something that's going to help him rely on his hip fire a little bit more, like steady aim. He could also consider going for marathon since he has lightweight, but not marathon, so he's not going to be able to sprint enough as he picks up another specialist. Jumping up on top of that building, I'm not sure I like that play so much, just because you are extremely exposed up there. I know when I'm playing domination on this map, the B flag is actually on the top floor of that building, and it is extremely exposed, an extremely irritating flag to try to take. So even though it granted him visibility to pick up a couple kills, he was really asking to get taken down there. I would have liked to have seen him engage from the sides, as he has been doing very successfully for most of this match. We're going to see Sybaen pushing around this left side once again. He knows that the other side is going to be a lot more constricted in terms of what kind of routes he can run, so he's been pushing this side very successfully, as you see him there using the slide to get into that goal before the bullets can pick him off there. He's doing a great job right now, and it seems like his team is very far in the lead, but I'm not necessarily sure that's going to keep up, so we're going to have to keep watching to see how he does. So, like I said, with his perks, maybe he could also think about dropping quick draw and maybe even resilience and picking up some kind of tactical grenade maybe to use. Right here, that is really, really nice. I just want to comment on that real quick. I did not know that you can actually use the slide move to get under those 18-wheel trucks. That is something that I'm going to be utilizing myself. Really interesting route right there. And I believe as we see him hop backwards to pick up that kill right there on that guy, not closing distance like I do, we're going to see him hop up here to illustrate another really nice line of sight. Look at this. He can peek right into their spawn. He's going to pick that guy off. That is really, really what you want to be discovering. Little things like that make these maps a lot more playable, and I'm already starting to feel like I have a better idea of how I want to handle myself on this map. I want to stick to the side that I've seen him on. I want to look for those couple neat routes that he showed me, and I want to try to slay him off of their spawn and exploit weaknesses whenever I can. To jump back a little bit, what was I talking about before? I was talking about him picking up some tacticals. I would like to see him maybe pick up some smoke. He could probably do some interesting distraction or cover strategies on this map using that. I'd also like to see him use a tactical grenade, which if you see someone running for your goal, running around a corner, and you need time to reload, any situation where you have to buy yourself time, a tactical can really, really help you out. And it would be a little bit nice to see a bit more of a multi-dimensional approach from Sybaen in this game, as opposed to his just relying on his admittedly extremely good accuracy and gun skill and reaction time. So starting to review basically everything that I've talked about, like I said, he does have a very good shot. He's running excellent routes. He knows the theory behind this game. He knows he has to slay them off spawn. He knows he can only push into the goal when he's slayed them off enough that he's going to have a weak area to exploit. This is all really, really good. But going back to what I said earlier, I'd like to see maybe a little bit more diversity in the way he plays. I'd like to see him go for knives a little bit more often when he's in close range and fumbling for a reload. Go for the hip fire also in close range situations. And then also just to maybe take away the quick draw and not rely on ADSing fast so much as maybe falling back on some really good tactical grenades, on using some hip fire tactics. I would like to see that from him. So as we're getting to the end here, you see him get that go-ahead cap that's going to put him up to 14 to the enemy's 13. Now right here he makes a play that could have cost his team the game. You'll see he's doing a good job right here. He's slaying them. He's watching where his teammates are on the map, but then he hops up to where the radioactive nuke is, and you'll see that that's going to completely blur his vision. Sure, he picks up a kill there, but he's completely removed his vision. He doesn't know where his friendlies are covering, and he could have very, very easily allowed someone to slip in the back there and tie up the game. So it was a little bit fortunate for him, but that he ended up winning that for his team. But hey, I'm not going to take anything away from this guy. He absolutely put the team on his back this game. So fantastic gameplay from Sybaen, really showing me some tricks that are going to help me out both in this game mode and on this map. Stay tuned till next time, guys. Feel free to submit your Ghosts or Titanfall gameplays to me, and get ready for the next one.
Have you heard the news? Everyone's talking. Life is good cause everything's awesome. Lost my job, that's a new opportunity. More free time for my awesome community. I feel more awesome than an awesome possum. Dip my body in chocolate frosting. 3 years later I shot the frosting. Smelling like a blossom, everything is awesome. Stepped in mud, got new